Hey, what's up, guys? Tech back with another really important video on Steve. And people were asking me, man, we're not uploading the new moves, new stuff. And I was homeworking. I've played Steve. And if you ask me in like general words, like one sentence, Steve have now more pressure. And this doesn't mean that you could play him like full 50-50. You need control on Steve. All right? So this video is divided into two portions. One, we'll discuss what he got like new moves, everything, right? Then next portion would be how to utilize them properly, how to control Steve. So it is according to frames, right? So without further ado, let's start with the first option, which is back 1+2. So back in season one, people ask question, bro, we're trying to do high moves, and we people instantly duck and launches, right? So they try to duck, so we don't have good mid options. So now you have back 1+2 is really strong option for Steve, but you need to know when to throw it, right? So for startup at open stage like that, if you're playing, try to use low moves like that, and try to create pressure because they don't duck in front of Steve. This means use low moves, more low moves. So if you use this move, this give them leverage that this is launch punishable, gonna duck. Then try to use this move. So for start, I felt that since it's a new move, after that people try to punish like jab something. So after that, you can duck and launch them like that. Or you can use simply up to like that. Since it's -8, you're gonna lose your turn, but it depends what move other people choose. You can also use the Lionheart. So the special part about this move is the heat option. So if you don't go into flicker like that, it's +4, right? So if you go into flicker, it's +11, right? So this means +11 means you're in flicker, 12 frame becomes 1. So fast as is Rage Art, it comes like start at 6 frames, I believe. So if you throw this move, you can easily challenge them, right? And if they duck, go for this move. And for startup, you can also try grab one, back 1+2, flicker grab. So add this game style in that move. Next move of Steve, which is LionHeart 1, and he can now go into flicker stance after this LionHeart 1 option. Now, two things you need to know. One, what he got on block frames, and second on hit. So first, he got extension into flicker. On block, if you don't go into flicker, it is -9. From -4, it is now -9. But if you go into flicker, it becomes -3. It's like that, -3 and flicker, -3. So if we hit them, and it's in heat engager, and it's still in heat engager like that, but difference is when you hit them at wall, now it wall splats, which is really good. So without heat, it's still wall splat. So this character spins around, but again, if you have like this condition, it's still wall splats like that. So which is really good. If you're in open and when you have heat activated, and when you throw this move without flicker option, you get so many frames, like +15. And if you go into flicker, you get +21. So he have now strong game style. Basically, after that, it's they will fear to match you. And if they match, you can choose option accordingly. Next move about Steve, the change is forward 3, forward 2 option. This one, you cannot go instantly after the forward 3 2 into ducking option. You cannot. So basically, this move shifts you into Lionheart because their focus is to shift the Steve's game style more into Lionheart. So if you don't want to shift in Lionheart, you have option to hold back and then you won't go. So frames are, if you don't go into Lionheart, it's +1, right? So creates so much range, really good pressure tool. And if you go into Lionheart, it's +5. In season 1, forward 3, forward 2 option knocks down without counter, but here you have free follow-up of Lionheart 1. So if you get counter, you get free combo, same like season 1. Without, if you don't shift into Lionheart, if you get counter, again, you can easily pick the player up. Next move that they changed about Steve is Peekaboo 2. So on block, it's same like forward 3, forward 2 option. So on block, if you go into Lionheart, +5. And if you don't go into Lionheart, it's +1. But there's one difference. On normal, like that, normal hit, like that, same. Both gives you +14, which means Lionheart 1 is confirmed. Only one free follow-up. But in counter, in season 1 used to get counter hit, and after that we used to do combo. But now, in counter, we have still same thing. +14, which means one follow-up. And this move still have Sabaki involved, which means you can punch parry. And one more addition which they did is when you do Peekaboo to 1, it makes you up like that. So this move, same, mix you up, power 3, power 2, and this move, same. So new transition. Another thing which they changed about Steve is his Peekaboo down for 1-2 option. So now it shifts you into LionHeart. On block it's +3, and if you cancel, it's -1. So second thing, they give homing property to this move, and they have reduced pushback too. Also, the chip damage is gone, but it's a natural hit combo like that. On counter, it gives you same thing. And one thing, if you have noticed, in season 1 we could delay it, and in season 2 same here we can also delay. So this means if we have good accuracy, we can hit confirm it. Since Peekaboo down for 1-2 is a natural combo mid-high string, people can duck and launch you. So they have added another move, which is Peekaboo down for 1-1, like that. If they try to launch you, you can counter them up. So another thing about this move is they have added an aerial combo like that. So I haven't found a really high damage combo over here or any other launcher. If you guys know, do tell me in the down comments below. Another thing which they have added in Steve's game style is when you are in LionHeart or Flicker stance or Peekaboo stance, you can activate the heat or you can heat smash. So if you're in LionHeart, you save yourself. This is a good tool too. Or in Flicker, you can heat smash, or in Peekaboo you can activate the heat or heat smash. If you're in heat, you can go into clinch option by doing down forward 3+4, and you can grab for the mix up either 1 or 2. Or you can hold forward 3, deep duck, and you can grab them. But now they have added in LionHeart, in Flicker, and in Peekaboo, you can go into clinch in all these stances. So LionHeart, you can go into clinch, Peekaboo, you can go into clinch, so it's really good. Two more things that they have added in this clinch option is when you're going into clinch option to grab a person, now Steve can auto low parry. So after that you can do a combo. One more thing is that in season 1 he could do a mid parry in LionHeart. So a mid punch he can parry, but in this season 2 he can also do a high punch parry. Another thing about Steve is they have added that when you are ducking right or left, you can save Steve if you don't hit anything. Not backsway, not forward ducking. So the example would be if a person, like if you're trying to do the down forward 2 game like that, they can interrupt. But if you hit a button, they can. But if you don't do anything, Steve can save himself like that. So let him go like fully under, then he can just hold back. Or if you don't want to hold back, naturally you need to do, Steve can auto save himself. The main reason that they've added that Steve can save himself in ducking right and left option, that in season 1 you could do down 2 into while sending 1-2, and 2-2 was tough, but in this game they've added 2 more frames. So while sending 2-2 is way more easier, and while sending 1+2 is also way more easier. So now you have more options. At wall, you can hit confirm with down forward like that, 2 into 3, 1, 1, and you can also do this option, down forward 2 into 4, 2 option, and other options too. So it's like when you are doing down forward 2 into this option, trying to get the counter, so if your accuracy is good, it's not confirmed, you can go right or left, you can save Steve like that. Another thing which they have added in Steve game style is up 2 option. So up forward 2 is this launcher, and in Peekaboo we can do this up forward 2 or up 2. So this means now you can have the ability to whiff punish it. If you are in Flicker, you are doing this game style, and if people actually jab or interrupt you, so it's like when you do back 1 into Flicker, you can now do Flicker into up 2 like that. So Q-save 1 like that. Also, I've noticed that if you feel uncomfortable doing this because it needs some skill, you can also duck and do up 2 like that. So duck like that. So it's a really good change in Steve. But you need to know that the damage here is different, and in simple move, up to is it's slighter like less damage. Another thing which they changed about save is up back to option. So in season 1 it was in LionHeart on block +3, now it's +5, 2 more frames added. So if we cancel it in season 1 it was +3, but now it's +1 but with more pushback like that. So now on hit, things are different now. If you hit them, it's same. It's +14 like that. So one is confirmed. But if you cancel stance like that, in season 1 we used to do that, but now it's +10. That's it. You cannot do even a 1-1-2 punish. So that's a change. And also they have added chip damage. Two moves that they have nerfed about damage is 1-1-2. Now instead of 5-7-15 damage, it's now 5-7-13. Next move they have nerfed the damage is while sending 1-1. From 20 damage it's now 17. Another move which they have fixed is down back 1+2. So the opponent becomes near now 3+4. This option near wall, I've made a video. Now the bug is fixed. Let's talk about the most important part of the video since we have seen new things. So if we see patch, they have written that we have increased Steve's more pressure. So if you go into LionHeart from certain moves, this doesn't mean you always go for 50-50 every time. No. Every time I teach in coaching that when you're in LionHeart, this doesn't mean you go for 50-50. Its pressure is there. And it's not always go for mix up mid-high, mid-high, mid-high. No. Sometimes you go into this state and increase the pressure in other way. This pushback itself is really good. So I've categorized in frames because he have +5, then +3, then -3. I will discuss every move and let's start with one by one so you can understand better. Because on block you have to understand, because if you get something like you hit them, this move hit them, you have +14 free mix up, right? But real game comes when they block. So first 3 moves I will tell you that gives you +5. Number 1, forward 3, forward 2, this new move. Number 2, we have Peekaboo 2, +5. Number 3, up back 2, this move. So this means +5 means if Steve is in LionHeart, if we cancel, it's +1, right? We were talking about because we want frames. So +5 means our fastest move, which is 1, starts with 14 frame. This means this 14 frame, because of +5, becomes 9. So they can't challenge you with the jab option, right? Not big jab, not 1-2-1, something like that. Yes, they can activate the heat or do the rage art. That's another game style, right? But you need to understand they cannot challenge you with any move, right? So up back 2, forward 3-2, and Peekaboo 2. Basically, you will win if they try to challenge you. Power Crush, yes, they can do something, stuff like that. Then you have other options to counter them up, right? Next, we have +3. So +3 have so many moves. Like in previous patch 1, like sorry, season 1, we have back 1-2, right? +3. We have 4-1-2, 3-1-2. Now we have another move, which is Peekaboo, down forward 1-2, right? So all of these 4 moves mix you up, right? So it's like this also mix you up, this also mix you up, and this also too. So this means if we are in +3 state, it's like same season. If you have played Steve, this is the same feeling. Like if you do this new move, same feel. So your 14 frame is now 11. So we can challenge them with this move or weave options, right? This is the second part. Third move. Now, we have seen the new move in LionHeart, right? LionHeart 1 gives you -3. So this move has same feel of QC 1, right? We never do QC 1 without flicker. Why? Because it's unsafe. Like we never do down power 2 without canceling. It's -11. We never do that. We go for duckins. We never do this without canceling because it becomes from -10 to 3, -3. And we will never do back 1 without flicker because back 1 is -14. With flicker, it's -1, right? So back to this move. This move and this move, same game style. If you have done this game style, if you know what they will do, you will go for same option. Or if you just can simply cancel it, you can do. You have so much freedom. Whatever you have in line in a flicker stance, you have there, right? So these are the frames on block. So now let's discuss each situation one by one, how to counter the player, since we know, because if you got +5, how they act and how we will counter them according to frames. Now, since we have discussed frames, when I play as Steve, what is going on? Like I play according to frames since we have discussed frame on block. So we will discuss on block so we can read the opponent, right? So +5, +3, and -3. This is the basically whole game of Steve, right? So now, first point is +5. For example, I have set up the Nina on 10 frame, right? They're fastest. How they will act according to two things. One, they will challenge you between 10 to 15 frames. It depends what you have thrown and what they are choosing to counter you, right? Second thing that what we'll do, they will either do a power crush or they will do a heat activation to just stop the pressure and get their turn, right? So let's talk first thing, that what if they challenge you with a jab or a low, depending on the factor. But basically, they will choose between 10 to 15 frame. Like they will not choose a 20 frame or 25 frame move to knock you down in that simple stance when we have +3, +5. All right. So for example, you did this move. We have learned that our fastest move is now 9 because of +5. So this means if we do this move, we will win. Obviously, because they're throwing 10 frame and we're throwing 9 frame, right? So if you are challenging them on 10 frame, above then, if they throw 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, any frame they throw, we will win because of +5. If they activate the heat, if they, for example, if they have choose the option of power crush, right? We wanted to challenge, they power crush us. And this is, I always teach in coaching that whenever Steve have some situation, he will find a solution. Yes, you can find solutions here. Why? Steve have the view options there. Now, this comes the really important part, like V4 and V3. These are really strong part of Steve. So if you have Power Crush, you can obviously weave, right? So Steve will always find a solution, and this is also a solution. All right. So we have discussed. Let's discuss this part now. So 10 frame, they're throwing 13 frame. Obviously, we will win, right? At +5 because fastest is 10 frame. So we won with frames. Now we were winning because of +5. Let's jump to another frame because we were discussing 3 frames of C plays in +5, +3, and -3. We have discussed +5. With +5, they cannot win, right? 3 frames, up back 2, forward 3, forward 2, and Peekaboo 2, +5, they cannot win. Straightforward challenge. Next, we have +3 now. Now +3 is back 1, 2, let's try to challenge them. Back 1, 2, we cannot win. Why? Because of +3, this LionHeart one is 11 now. So remember this game style? Whenever we do this, we could do this a little trap. So this means if we can challenge them like that, or we have this new move at +3, let's select 2. So we have this move, we can challenge. We have this option we have discussed. At high jabs, we can do that, right? So if we do this, we can also do that. Because weaves, Steve is so cheeky, he can go under from high moves. So what if they try a faster move, slower move than 10 frame. So what if they try this move, right? So 10 frame, now let's try 12 frame. So logically, if they're throwing 12 frame, you will see, okay, I'm +3, and in +3, my LionHeart becomes 11. So generally, if they throw 12, I will win. So frames are everything, all right? So again, what if they choose a Power Crush move? Right? We did this +3 game style, they choose a Power Crush. I told you, we have this option, and we have this option too. Right? So this is basically going on. And if they throw a low move, right? So you can counter according to that. If they do a dick jab, you can weave again. If they throw a slower move than that, you can counter them. So now let's take again the same example of our 10 frame jab on -3, right? So they will throw 10 frame. So we'll discuss now this move, right? So this move and this move have same thing as we discussed. So what you're gonna do at -3 in flicker, like here, right? Your fastest move is this move, right? So 12 frame because of -3 becomes 15. If they're throwing 10 frame move, obviously you can't win. You can't. Yes, you can go for the other options like that. If you go into flicker like that, remember, if you can't win with frames, then the weave option would help you out. Either weave back, either ducking. For example, you did this, and you can launch them. Because we have new launcher now in Flickr, right? So we can do that. We can do that, right? If we can't win with frame, we can weave them. So again, what they have now, either heat activation or power crush. So if they do power crush, we can power crush too, or we can weave like that. So these are the options according to frames. So if they choose between 10 to 15, we have the opportunity to win according to frames. We have to decide where we are, +5, +3, or -3. And if they choose other option, we have weave options. So basically, this is how we condition the player. Now, since we have discussed the new moves, then we have discussed the frames. Now we know how to behave in frames in +5, +3, and -3. Now I will teach you ways how to go into LionHeart, because at the end you need to utilize this move, right? So again, don't worry about mix-ups. It's not always you go for 50-50. So first thing which I like, that after punishments of 1-1-2, Steve can now go into this LionHeart to increase the pressure. 1-1-2 was +4, like that. Now it's 0. So if you go into ducking, it's +8, same like season 1. So it's like that. So 1-1-2, forward 3, forward 2, increase the pressure. So now you know at +5 what freedom we have. Now, if you go for this move and if they duck, so you can mix them up like that. So 1-1-2, it's like that. Forward 3, 2-1. So, or you can use this game style, and if they duck, you have so many options. Next move, how you can go. Use this string, down for 1-1, go into flicker. If you got counter, increase the game style, do combos. If they block, use flicker game style, or you can go directly into that. Again, don't forget, you can mix them up with this move if they duck, right, to get the counter. Third move, you can do back one and increase this game style, because back one into this have less pressure than this move, right? So back one into this move is really strong. So number 4, we have down forward 2 into this move. So down forward 2, if you got the counter, then this wouldn't work. So you have to be careful that where you're using it, right? So number 5, we have, which I use, this down to 1 into this option. So if they duck again, you have this mix up, this one, all right? Or you can use while sending one game. Next, number 6, we have while sending 1-1 option. So after that, you can go into this option, or you can delay it like that. It's really good. So next option, we have forward to 1, which rare people use. It's really good. So forward to 1 is mid-high, it's natural combo. So if they try to duck and launch you, you can really delay this move like that. So if you go into flicker, you can use this move, or peekaboo. Instead of that, use neutral tools like peekaboo, so like that. Both gives you +5. So next we have, you have to go into manual option like that. Manual peekaboo down 1 into that, or manual peekaboo flicker into this game style. So 1-1, if they try to challenge between that, complete the string, or 1-1 move and do this game style, or 1 into peekaboo, this game style. So these are the moves you can go into +5 and increase the pressure. So again, it's not always you go for mix up, right? So if you don't want to mix yourself, don't go for 1+2, just stay there and increase this game style. So stop the guessing game and increase other game styles. Since we have learned the full game style of LionHeart, one thing I want to add, when you break this guard break, right, we use 2-2, like that. So if you want to increase your game style, do 2-1 and do this peekaboo game style. If they don't duck, you have this +5 game style. 2-1 into peekaboo 2. So it gives you +5, it will increase your game style. And next time if they duck, you can launch them, or you can mix them up with this game style. Next move, I want to talk about clinch and heat options. For example, I've figured it out that if you're doing this move, in Flickr it gives you plus 11, right? So much pressure, right? So you can do this counter. And when they try to, like, they will block you, obviously. So after that, you can clinch grab them with this option because you can clinch from Flickr too. So, or if you are increasing this pressure and you have activated the heat, you can increase this pressure and you can grab them. Season 2 have comparatively less, or maybe you can say same damage. So with new moves, do not expect that Steve damage is increased in combos. Maybe in some combos, 1 to 2 points. That's it. So I've made a really extensive Steve video, right? Because I've given so many coaching sessions. I've seen that people where they're struggling, what they're like doing with Steve. So I've explained everything in that video from starting from frames up to the, like, in Pakistan versus Korea, people talk about the Pakistani website, right? So Felix named it like layers of pressure, right? So I named it the website just to explain you guys with layers of pressure how we play this Tekken. Right, I'm from Pakistan too, so I've just given you a glimpse in that LionHeart situation where you got the +5, +3, and -3 situation. So do join the Discord. I'm gonna leave the link. You can also find the link in my YouTube channel. So do join it to get the either coaching session or that video because I've designed it that way. You can start from scratch. Either you are in season 1, season 2, or season 3. So for today, if I missed anything, do tell me in the down comments below. Or if you find this video useful, like, share, subscribe. Till then, tech out. Take care. Bye bye.